All right, looks like we're live, guys. So I wanted to do a very quick video here. So I think we are live. I wanted to do a quick video update since last time we talked about the DJI Mini 3 leaked images. And last time I also made this cool thing here that showed you all kinds of other drones and how they sort of compared to each other. But one of the things that I forgot to mention, and I made a big mistake on, was that this drone over here, the middle one, the orange one, basically the Autel Nano, I think it's Autel Nano and Autel Nano Plus, already has vertical shooting capabilities, just like the Parrot and Affy. So I was wrong about that. The DJI Mini 3 will not be the only one, but it is now confirmed. This was the image, one of the images that I showed last time, which I thought was very accurate. Turned out to be actually quite true in the sense that, as I said before, also in this one, the DJI Mini 3 will have vertical video capabilities. I got that absolutely correct, 100%. The thing that I got that was incorrect, as I said before, is that that DJI was going to be the first on the market with vertical video shooting capabilities, which is wrong. And Nano, the Autel Nano actually has that already. So anyway, DJI is actually basically doing the best that they can to keep up with them. But obviously they're going to be selling the DJI Mini 3. And I think this version of the drone is beautiful. What do you guys think? These are the actual real images of what it's going to look like. It looks more beautiful than this right here, the DJI Mini 2, which is also beautiful in my opinion. But again, if you compare it to the new one does look a whole lot cooler than that one. So I have a whole bunch of new images to show you guys, and they're all pretty amazing. I'm not sure if you guys can see all of that. I will try to put it on so you guys can see all of the different bits and bobs. And we'll discuss some of the other things that I got right. Here are some more of the DJI Mini 3, the latest version, and I think it's looking fantastic, guys. It is, in my opinion, a much cooler looking design than the Mini 2, and I think they did a lot of redesigning overall. We can see in these images it has more sensors, and we're going to talk about some of the other things that I got right, which is it would seem, based on some of these awesome images, that I was correct about the way that the folding will happen on this DJI Mini 3. Okay, this is the Mini 2, not the Mini 3. But in this version that was much older, remember how the things will rotate in the back like this? And the top ones will close like that. Of course, don't do it unless this is in first. Don't close this one because they will interact with each other funny. Also, another thing that I discovered due to the lamest crash in the history of crashes, where I crashed this particular drone, the Mini 2, at about 1 foot height and gently tapped against this cement wall. One of the props broke and it landed like this. But luckily I did not remove its original tag here, this original sticker, and that actually reduced the amount of damage that could have been scratches all over here. But because I left this on, there's only a little scratch right there. Look at that. So sometimes if you don't follow instructions, it's better. Anyway, so let's talk about this thing here. If you look at this right here is the newer DJI Mini 3. And if you take a look at how this thing folds, it's very close to there, and you can see it over here where it is completely unfolded. So it looks to me I could be wrong, but at this point, it looks like I am actually correct, that it folds the opposite. And if you take a look at this image here, if you look at the back arms of the DJI Mini 3, they look like they're up here rather than down here. So it's kind of reversed, as if the front, or the front ones that you see here, were on sort of further down than these ones in the back on the Mini 3. So it looks like it will fold differently than what it is here. It would seem that it won't have maybe the rotation. Like this one has a rotation that goes like this. Maybe that one won't have the rotation in it. And it will just be that the back ones will fold on top and the other ones will fold underneath. So it's going to be very interesting to see. It has some very strange looking vents on the top here in the rear of the drone. If you compare it to the Mini 2, the Mini 2 does not have the vents on the top. It has the vents on the sides, you see here. And on the Mini 3, the vents will be on the top right there. Now, on all of the new images, for some reason, they're covering up this area with stickers. Does that mean that there may be a camera for side vision? I'm still hoping that's the case. I was right about pretty much every other thing. So I'm hoping that I am correct, that the only reason they have these things is because they may have camera sensors, as you would see in this leaked image that I saw, which was just a drawing though, where they could have possibly cameras on the side for side vision. But that is still hypothetical, very hypothetical there. It's just that when I keep seeing all these other drones, and this is the actual thing itself, they're covering it up with stickers. So I don't know if that's because they're possibly thinking of adding it in the version or not. I don't know. It'd be cool if they did. I think it would really make a difference if the Mini 3 would at least have that feature over the Autel, right? Because we just discussed, I was wrong. Captain Drone explained that that the Autel Mini or Nano and Nano Plus all have vertical vision in the front camera, which means that the front camera gimbal area here, as you can see, this is the old Mini. It's basically, you can't look up with a camera like that, right? Because this thing is in the way. In the Mini 3, there's a hole there. There's a hole there so that the camera can look all the way up. Same as Captain Drone so eloquently explained in the Autel. Somehow the Autel Nano is able to do the same thing. I'm not sure how they do it, but anyway, the Mini maybe is going to be even better at it, because if you look at the Autel over here does not have such a wide opening over the top of the drone, as you would see. Let me see which is the best image to show you guys for that one. Maybe one of these is pretty good to show you guys how much extra space is over the top there of the drone. Let's see, what's another good one that would show you kind of this one's a nice big one. It kind of shows you that there's a whole larger area over the top here of the drone where that camera can look up. So it's still kind of protected by this thing. So in case of a crash, whatever, the sensors will kind of stop it from hitting the camera. But at the same time, you have a pretty good vision looking up. And so that's a great feature for any of those people who want to do roofing inspections, or, you know, shoot awesome hawks and birds and all that stuff from the ground looking up. Also saving you from having to go and climb as high, right? Since the FAA regulations are stopping people from climbing high. Now, I don't care about that at all. I don't like flying high. I like flying, all my adventures are about just a few meters off the ground. But some people really like to climb high, and if you can't climb high, at the very least you can point the camera high, right? And so, yeah, so far all those things that I mentioned ended up turning out to be in the latest version of the drone. Now, if you look at this image here, you also notice that it's very similar to the DJI Mini 2. So you can put your micro SD card there, and this is also USB-C, same as what we had before, which was perfect. The thing is that this new DJI Mini 3 will have a different battery, so that's kind of going to be a problem for us, because I did buy the Fly More combo, which comes with these cool batteries here like this. And I was hoping that maybe these same old batteries would work in the DJI Mini 3 someday, right? Probably not. So, because the DJI Mini 3 has a bunch of extra sensors, as you can see, and I'm going to show you all the leaked images again, and they're really cool images, actually. But anyway, it has so many more sensors on this thing. It looks like there's going to be sensors not in the rear of the vehicle, but in the front of the vehicle. You'll have sensors that look forward and behind you. The ones that look behind you will be slightly smaller than the ones that look in front. And hopefully there's going to be some kind of tracking in this new DJI Mini 3, because the old one did not have any tracking at all. And very soon I'm going to try to test out a new app for the Mini 2 that might give the Mini 2 tracking. But again, since it doesn't have obstacle avoidance, that really limits how you use that, because if there is a tree in the way, it'll just slam into it. So that's not the coolest. Let's see, let's show you guys this one. This one is one of my favorite images, because you can just see the Mini 3. It just looks so incredibly fantastic. I mean, they did a beautiful job on the way that it looks. It just looks great. It's more rounded. It's more beautiful looking. I don't know. It just has very nice features to it. So DJI Mini 3 is going to be the awesome drone to look at. So long as the Cyber Nanny, so long as that Cyber Nanny, the software basically, doesn't stop me from flying in all the awesome places where I like to fly, because you saw me crash the other day, and it was a combination between bad ideas that I had, which, you should never start a flight on one of these things if you only have 12% battery. Just make sure that you have at least 30 or 40% battery if you're ever going to lift the thing off the ground, because I have discovered that if the battery goes any lower than maybe 7%, it just drops out of the sky. And so, yeah, the Cyber Nanny on here doesn't do anything to stop you from falling out of the sky at 6%. And so luckily I was smart enough to be low to the ground, right, when I did my little demonstration. But anyway, yeah, I was about a foot off the ground when it actually tapped into the wall really slow and crashed. And luckily the damage was limited because I was able to fly it again. So we're going to do more tests on this thing. And also, I forgot to tell you guys, I did a live stream earlier today where I showed you guys how you can live stream from the camera on this thing directly onto YouTube. You can actually do that if you have your, what is it called? RMTP, something like that. Basically, it is your special key from either YouTube or whatever other app. You should be able to live stream your footage onto your different apps. There's another Prism-like app or whatever that allows you to do something similar. Sadly, I was not actually able to do either of those things because for some reason it started the live and then it just quit out. So I don't know why that was. Whether it wasn't getting good signal, I don't know. So if you guys know what might be happening, you could put it in the comments on YouTube. That'd be great. And then basically I could make adjustments so that next time we'll get some awesome footage of the Mini 2, because I don't have the Mini 3. I'm hoping that someday I'll get the Mini 3. But for now I have the Mini 2. So hopefully we'll get some live streams directly from the camera on here, which is really decent. And maybe we'll get some amazing flights out of that. Maybe we'll go to a bunch of awesome places in Irvine to show you guys live streams directly onto YouTube from there, or onto the Prism, because there's two different apps that give you that awesome ability to live stream directly from there. So we'll see. And then also I said before, I'm going to try the other app. I can't remember what it's called, but in my previous video I explained it. So anyway, before I leave, I'm going to show you guys again all the awesome DJI Mini 3 images that I've got here. And these have been leaked, and I think they are pretty official at this point. So the only thing we don't know is if this thing has side sensors for possibly seeing sideways. We know for sure it has forward and rear sensors and sensors below the vehicle to basically, so that you can fly. This one of the cool things about this Mini and the next Mini is, as you can see here, there's little sensors. In the Mini 3, the sensors will be around here instead. But basically, it allows you to fly indoors. A lot of the other drones do not do a good job of flying indoors. This flies indoors and outdoors. And to be honest, the Mini 2 is my favorite one to fly indoors because it's so stable, and I don't have to worry about the Cyber Nanny so much indoors as I do outdoors. Outdoors, it's a constant thing that really gets on my nerves, but indoors, it does not cause me as much heartache. So yeah, it's beautiful. And that's also why I got those cool prop guards. I highly recommend people buy the prop guards for the Mini 2 at the very least. And then again, that'll be interesting to see if the new Mini will allow the old prop guards to work on it or not. Or I'll have to buy like new prop guards for the Mini 3, because that would be a bummer. But considering how much has changed in the way of the arms for the Mini 3, and with the not rotating bits and stuff and so on and so forth, there's still a chance that those forward, I just don't know. You see from this image here, there's still a chance that the forward ones could rotate, but it's less likely than it was before in the Mini, because the two don't seem to interfere in heights, and the rear ones are higher than the front ones, which is basically reversing everything that you have on the Mini 2. And I caught that earlier just by looking at the very first. Where did I put it now? At the very first leaked image that was on there, I looked at this and I go, hey, they've reversed the way that thing opens. And most people were like, nah, it's just that Marker Reviews guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But turns out it's actually true. So, yeah. Yeah, but then, I get some right and I get some wrong. So I got most of them right, but then not all of them. Some is still better than none, right? Some is still better than none. Anyway, guys, so this is the DJI Mini 3 as I showed you guys over and over in some of these images. I hope you guys enjoyed these leaked images. I think these are pretty official now. There's even a video out there that I saw on one of the channels from China, and on theirs, you actually see the drone from the factory. So I'm guessing that guy probably got fired because, if you just leak that the whole video, that kind of like really, puts a screw in the company. But anyway, yeah. So like if I was working for any of those companies, I would never do that. I would never leak out stuff like that. I just wouldn't leak anything out because you're bound by contract. The only reason I can hypothesize on all these things is because I'm jobless. Anyway. So anyway, thanks guys for watching and showing up at this amazing event. You guys, thank you for making the event amazing. I mean, I just show up and talk a bunch of nonsense on camera, but you guys are the ones that make it worthwhile. So again, thank you so much for showing up, guys. And I will see you all very soon in the next one. yeah, have an awesome night, guys. I'm happy I was able to do this real quick, and I'll do a bunch more of these live streams coming up soon. So thank you again for all the support, guys. You're amazing. Thank you. All right, guys. So then this is always, as you guys remember, my absolute favorite part of the show, where I get to show you guys all the amazing stats. So I don't have to make up stats as we go along. You guys can see them for yourselves, although they are very blurry because Mr. Cook is still one of the worst chefs ever when it comes to putting the autofocus on these. Yeah, look at this. Do you like the focus? Is the focus amazing? Wow, Mr. Cook. I am flabbergasted, flabbergasted. I don't know what accent that was, but anyway. I'm flabbergasted by the amazing autofocus here, guys. So what do we have? I'm going to try to read, and you know, with my dyslexia, it's pretty hard to read, but I will try my best to see what numbers we have. I think we have 188 on one, 209 on the other, and 115 on the other. On YouTube, of course, we've got 0, but that's okay, because we know those are fake stats. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. It was really a pleasure, as always, to give you guys as much information as possible as I can as it is released. This, as you guys see, is the most amazing DJI Mini 3, the latest and greatest, I think that's what they call it, the latest and greatest images you're going to find on the web of this amazing vehicle. And I hope that DJI decides to send me one, but I'm not holding my breath because they don't never ever want to send me anything. You know, the American companies talk so much about wanting to give people opportunities and all that stuff, but I haven't received a single product to test, and I'm a reviewer, right, from American companies. I get all kinds of amazing stuff from European companies, Russian companies, Chinese companies, you name it, they're all willing to send something over for me to review. But the American companies, nah, the American companies, nah. And I'm very much pro, you know, like doing stuff in America and blah, 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 blah. But the American companies, let me tell you, they do not want to give me any opportunities at all. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this little live stream, and I will see you all very soon with more in the next one. Have an awesome night. I'm glad I was able to do this for you guys, and I plan to do many more. Take care, guys.